Moon Podcast Escalation! Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan D. White.
My name is Chris Sims, and this is the 200th episode of Sailor Business. This is the podcast where we watch all 200 episodes of the classic 1990s Sailor Moon anime and talk about why we love it so much. And yes, this is it. We have arrived at the ending.
Yeah, this is the last episode. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say I never thought we'd get here, because obviously I did.
Because we didn't start with a finite amount of episodes in mind.
But there were definitely times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. Because we were slowing down to a trickle.
I'm pretty sure it's 200 weeks after we started, right?
Oh, yeah. It's not even 4 years.
Yeah, it's coming to the end of 2018. Things are looking pretty bright for the future.
I mean, were they?
Eh.
Like, we didn't know how bad it was going to get, but it didn't look great.
Yeah, no. This show's been through a lot.
Wait, what year did we start?
We started in 2014, because we started when it, we started the fall after it,
Oh my god, we had no idea.
Yeah.
We had no idea how bad the world could get.
Because that was about 6 months after I had my first online date to watch Sailor Moon with our guest, who is sitting right next to me, my wife, AC Sullivan, MSW.
Hello.
Welcome, and congrats on the letters.
Thank you. I make him say it every morning when he greets me.
Yeah, I wake up and it's like, oh, morning, babe, MSW.
Yep.
Every once in a while, I mention that I have a master's degree, and people are always really shocked. And the thing is, it's because A, I got an easier one to get than you did, and B, I don't it's not like I really use it. So everybody's always like, what? You
I'm actually shocked right now because I did not know this about it. Is it an MFA?
It is not. I have two.
We've done 200 episodes of the show. This never come up.
Because it's not.
We've actually done like 240.
Well, I was going to say because it's not relevant. In a way, it's relevant in the sense that my two masters are masters in English in literature and creative writing. So by critiquing the show in that literary way, I do not really. And the other one is in teaching English at the high school level.
I had no idea that you had a master's in teaching. Even
yeah.
I learned nothing from you.
That's fine. It's great. Thank you. Well, that's the thing is I was doing it. I was doing my, what do you call it? Student teaching, and I was like, yeah, I could do this for the rest of my life, but I don't love it. And a lot of the people I was in this program with were like loved it, and I was like, this doesn't seem right. And so that was the first one I got. So then it was like, if I go another 6 months, I can get the English one, and then I can try to do something else.
And then Stan Lee walked by and said, I guess one man can make a difference. And you knew at that moment. No, I did not know that. I have no degrees. But between the three of us, we've got enough degrees for me to have had one.
Yeah, but we can share.
I don't.
I didn't realize you didn't go to college.
Oh, I went.
No.
yeah. See, Jordan, I did go. I did not complete.
Gotcha.
No, I decided that my future did not lie within the halls of academia. Because, I hated it, and... Okay, A, I hated it. B, I did not want to take on any debt if I could avoid it, and so I wasn't going to take student loans, which was a big fear of mine.
Oh, yeah. I only finished paying mine off this year.
Yikes.
I'm never paying mine off. I've just decided,
we're okay with that.
Okay, so I currently have, this is true, this is an actual number, so I have $75,000 in student debt.
Okay.
And I took out about $35,000 in undergrad because I wanted to study abroad. And I took about took about $35K for my master's degree. And every time I look at that number, I'm just like, that's not real. Because that's not like an actual amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much money that I'm just like, well, that's not getting paid back. Like, I don't know who the government thinks is going to pay that money back, because it's not me.
Two things about that. Well, first of all, mine was my personal one, as in just me, was like around 60 total, I think. So that's gone now. My wife's was way more because she went to medical school.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But here's the thing:
more degrees. But I
know you're joking when you say you're never going to pay it off. But that's the thing that's crazy about it is, I think school debt is one of those like super special debts where it's like, even if you like die, they're like, no, you still have to pay it though.
No, you don't unless someone co-signs it. You cannot get rid of it.
Yeah, we had a discussion. We had the husband and wife discussion about how much debt am I bringing to this marriage? Well, there is a none. Because I am driving at the time, 17-year-old Toyota Camry. Yeah. That I have paid off. How much debt are you bringing to the relationship?
I mean, I'm not kidding though, because like I don't make my currently I don't make my payments because they're in.
This is what the show's about.
They're in forbearance, right? And like
this is the show.
And the
this is the business part of Sailor Business. We spent 199 episodes on Sailor. Now we're going to do the business.
Right.
That's the transition we're making after this episode. That's the big news, everybody.
The government has put a pause on like required payments. So I'm like, whatever. But like, it's so much money. Yeah. And like my interest, like I started college in 2009, the year in which interest rates were the highest they have ever been and the highest they have been since. Ugh. So it has like, I have like 6% interest on these things that I took out when I was like 18. And I owe more on all of them than when I started. And I just look at them and I go, that's not my fault. In the slightest. So I am in a standoff with Joseph Robinette Biden right now, where he could just press a button and make him go away, and he's choosing not to. And this is not on me. Anyway, I make my payments, but like, I'm never paying that money off. It's never going to happen.
It's almost like, as a culture, maybe we should not have the first decision you make as an adult be, do you want $50,000 in debt?
I would not move out of my parents' house for many years after that. Like, I didn't have control over like when I could go to the bathroom. And then they were like, hey, do you want thousands of dollars for free? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't know what the future is. I have no capacity for that.
Right. And if there's one thing that we have learned in watching 200 episodes of Sailor Moon, it's that teens are capable of making some big decisions, but not all big decisions.
Not all. No.
Nope. So yeah, this is episode 200. Until an hour ago, I had no idea how Sailor Moon ended.
I hadn't seen it in like 10 years.
10 years,
I saw it like once 10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, you were watching this like when we first like started following each other on Twitter. Like you were getting towards the end of it, and that would have been like 2010, like mid 2010, because I think we talked about it at New York Comic Con that year when I came up in October.
Yep.
And I told you Fantastic Four 1 through 50 should be free.
I don't remember that.
Did we talk about this on the show last time?
No.
It's like one of 3 times we've hung out in person.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
The first time we were at a bar. It was New York Comic Con, and I was drinking, and I said, "Hey, you work at Marvel, right?" And you were like, "Yes." And I was like, "Fantastic Four 1 through 50 should be free." And you were like, "Why?" And I was like, "Y'all made your money," which is a very compelling argument, I think.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Listen. It's necessary to understand the language of comics. You get more people speaking the language, more people will read the comics. That's my theory anyway.
That's a good theory. Honestly, I love those comics. I don't know that they're the best intro to comics that exists right now.
I don't think they're the best intro to comics, but I do think they are. I wouldn't say they're fundamental. I will say reading those first 50 issues of Fantastic Four up to when Galactus shows up, that will tell you everything you need to know about superhero comics.
Yeah, but I think there's such a steep learning curve getting into that old feel.
But that's why you make them free, so that people can check them out at their leisure.
Well, you know what? They're sort of like they're free if you go on Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, if you pay for them, in the same way that like Netflix is free.
Exactly.
I mean, look,
it's a way to trick your brain. Yes.
Look, I am a fan of the Marvel Unlimited service. I will not say a bad word about it. Everyone should get Marvel Unlimited. Marvel Comics never talks about it, so nobody knows it exists. It's $80 a year. You can read all the Marvel comics you want. Anyway, why are we taking such a roundabout way to getting to talk about this episode?
We don't want it to end.
It's true. I didn't even load up Crossroads in the soundbar.
I don't know what that is.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the thing I play when things end or die.
We've never had anything end before, so.
Yeah, that's true. I play a lot more on Xena Business where people get got more often.
Gotcha. Before
we get into the 200th episode of Sailor Moon, there's something that I used to do way back at the beginning of the show that I think is kind of necessary to do now. Because if anyone's checking back in on us, or God forbid...
I know what it is. Yes? Tell us about the manga.
Oh, no. That's not that's not what I'm doing.
Promise to play a video game.
No, hey, that was not in my hands, was it? That was in the hands of Patreon.com/SailorBusiness.
You're right. That's not your fault.
I set up the Twitch account. No, people didn't want it bad enough. No, like if anyone has jumped ahead to the last episode to join us, or they want to see how it ends, they might not have the context of the past 199 episodes fresh in their minds like we do, having watched an episode every week for the past 200 weeks.
Yeah, but we don't have time for you to summarize the entire show.
Well, good news.
Oh, yeah?
You remember, I used to do these recaps in about like 10 seconds.
Yeah, but there's 200 episodes. You can't.
Yeah, but I've been practicing. I'm pretty sure I can get through everything. If you can just give me... I might need like 12 to 15, if you can do that.
I'll give you 12 seconds. Can you give me 12 seconds?
I'll give
you 13 seconds. I'll give you 13
Don't give me 13. That's unlucky.
Okay, I'll give you 12 seconds.
All right. Here, I'm gonna tell everybody how we got to this point in Sailor Moon. Jordan, let me know when you've started the clock.
Oh, yeah, I started like 4 seconds ago.
Oh, no, reset it then.
Oh, okay, all right. Go.
This is the story of Usagi Tsukino. 200 episodes ago, she was just an ordinary girl. She was 14 years old, a Cancer, happy birthday. Her blood type was O, and she attended Juban Middle School with her best friend Naru Osaka and a local incel named Umino, all of whom were taught by Miss Haruna, who was apocryphally given the first name Patricia. But then, after encountering a talking cat from outer space named Luna, Usagi learned that she was a reincarnated space princess from a long-lost kingdom called Silver Millennium, even though that's a measurement of time, who was drawn to fight evil by moonlight as the pretty guardian of love and justice, Sailor Moon. She's also the Moon Princess, which we usually call the Moon Pudding because of a pun that really only works in a language that neither of us speak. Her mission was to protect the legendary Silver Crystal from the evil forces of the Dark Kingdom, aka the Negaverse, led by the evil Queen Beryl, the architect of Silver Millennium's downfall and Usagi's first and second deaths. At first, Usagi did this alone, but she soon awakened other Sailor Senshi, the kind-hearted girl genius Ami Mizuno, Sailor Mercury, the hot-headed psychic Rei Hino, Sailor Mars, the powerful girl in love Makoto Kino, Sailor Jupiter, and Minako Aino, aka Sailor V, aka Sailor Venus, who we assure you was really good in her own story, even if she's a weird vestigial prototype for most of her appearances in this series. Also, this whole time Usagi is enduring street harassment from some old man. But we are eventually told that this is okay because they were married in a past life on the moon and will also be married again when they're both immortal and age gaps aren't that big a deal. Together, the Sailor Senshi and the old man fight Queen Beryl and her 4 top henchmen. Jedi, a small business owner, Nephrite, who pretends to be a millionaire so that he can date a 14-year-old that he was not married to on the moon, which is therefore not okay, Zoisite, and Kunzite, the gay space rocks that I assume would inspire Rebecca Sugar to make a television show 20 years later. Eventually, Sailor Moon throws her hat at enough of these people that Queen Beryl is forced to reveal that she is working for a top-secret double queen, Metalia, and then everyone dies, but it's okay because the people we like come back to life. Then, after a brief aside involving 2 horrible space teen people who want to eat babies, a child falls out of the sky and the future and starts hypnotizing adults and gaslighting Usagi pretty relentlessly. This is because another group of space rocks of unknown sexuality are trying to take over grocery stores and makeup shops so that they can gain a tactical advantage 1,000 years in the future, which does not seem like a good plan. It is in fact a terrible plan that they fail at, which is the most compelling argument for my theory that they are led by Jedi, who made failing at terrible plans his signature move. This particular gang of evil space rocks contains several women who do the laugh, some of whom are turn good and then are never seen again, which is a real shame. There is also Chess. Shortly after all this, we find out that there are even more Sailor Senshi. Answering the call from a new era is good driver and fashion icon Haruka Tenno, Sailor Uranus, and also answering the call from a new era is Michiru Kaio, a wealthy high-femme lemon enthusiast. They don't really follow the pattern of being powered by friendship as much as they're powered by being snarky lesbians, which immediately made them fan favorites. They spend a lot of time telling Usagi that she is wrong about murders, specifically Usagi's reluctance to do them, but like virtually everyone on this show is about everything, it is they who are wrong. Their opponent is a creep who uses an easy bake oven to turn ordinary objects into sexy ladies, which he does with the help of a cadre of grad students, for the most part also sexy, who would probably be able to murder our heroines if they weren't so busy murdering each other. Eventually, it is revealed that both the creep and the creep's daughter, Hotaru Tomoe, are possessed, and also Hotaru is actually Sailor Saturn, who has the power to destroy the entire universe, but she doesn't do that because she turns into a baby. And listen, I wrote this entire thing from memory, and I have no idea why that happened, but I do know that is what happened. After that, there's a horse. After that, Usagi finds herself facing off with her most powerful opponent yet, Galaxia, who turns out to be the most powerful Sailor Guardian in history, who is corrupted by an evil force called the Chaos, which then caused her to corrupt other Sailor Guardians with increasingly odd names, and then, buy a TV station. She's been sending out people to get star seeds, which are little crystals that live in your head because that's the only space not taken up with a different kind of crystal and a big pink mirror that holds your dreams, or whatever was happening when the horse was around. Also, she straight up killed Mamoru off-screen, which was hilarious. To fight Galaxia, Usagi turned to new allies in the form of the Sailor Starlights, who are Sailor Guardians who were so bad at Sailor Guardianing that their entire home planet was destroyed by Galaxia and their princess was lost on Earth. They were trying to find her by becoming famous pop idols, which seems like a Jedi-level bad plan, but TBQH, if you asked me to find a missing space princess in Japan or even just in Tokyo, I wouldn't have any idea how to do it either. They eventually find out that she was disguised as incense carried around by another odd child of unknown origin, and literally 4 seconds later she was murdered in front of them, which was the start of things going really bad. Now, all the Sailor Senshi except for Usagi and the Starlights have been killed again. That's the 3rd time for the Inner Senshi, twice for the Outer Senshi, and question mark for Hotaru. And Usagi is facing down Galaxia alone.
You still have 4 seconds.
Oh, God. Well, I didn't mention Pluto.
Oh, that's true.
She honestly doesn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, that's true. I was very happy at how little you mentioned GB Yusa. She barely got mentioned at all. It was great.
I mean, she falls out of the sky.
That's it.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Well, she has this other season where she does a bunch of stuff, and you left it out entirely. It was delightful.
I mean, she does some stuff in that season, but honestly, like I said, that was all from memory, and I do mostly remember the sexy vacuum cleaner and the sexy sneaker and the sexy race car.
What were they in season 4?
Yeah, were they?
No, that was season.
Season 4 was 3. The horse.
Yeah, season 4 was the horse. Season 4 is you left out the three who hang out in a bar and then go out and try to sleep with everybody.
Didn't want to talk about the horse. Didn't want to get into it.
They're not the horse.
Listen, if you've listened to that show, if you've listened to this show through that season, that was a dark time.
It was. That's when it seemed like we might not make it.
All right.
Well, thank you. That was delightful.
Yeah. That's very good.
Thanks.
Wait,
well done.
Did you mention what her star sign was?
Yes, she's a Cancer. It's her birthday today.
Yeah.
Hooray! Assuming everything goes to plan.
Assuming everything goes to plan, which it did. We pushed it back to the time limit, but obviously it all went okay because this is the day that it kind of has to go up. But yes, it's Usagi's birthday, so happy birthday, Usagi. I believe is 44 today?
43, I thought you said.
43?
That's what you said last episode.
She's the same. Well, she would have been 43 last episode because she's the same age as my sister. My sister's turning 44 this year.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, no, that makes her 2 years older than me? That can't be right.
78. Yeah.
No,
she's 14 in 92.
Wait, but I was born in... Oh, okay. I'm confused. Because I'm born very late.
2 master's degrees, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's because I'm born in 79, so I'm like, so then she should only be 1 year older than me.
Your birthday's in December.
My birthday's in December. So.
Yeah.
No, because I'll be 42 this year.
Yeah.
So when I turn 42, she'll still be 2 years older than me.
Oh, yeah, you're actually right. My sister's turning 43 this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
The answer was he doesn't know his sister's age. Listen, I can't cast stones on that.
Here's the problem. I was like, Sarah's 4 years older than me. I'm turning 40 in August. I'm not turning 40 in August.
No, you're super not.
I'm definitely not turning 39.
So the problem really was you don't know how old you are. Okay. All right.
All right. You know what? I didn't get no fancy college degree.
You remembered 5 seasons worth of Sailor Moon, but you couldn't remember how old you were anymore. I think it's replaced your important parts of your mind.
That is pretty much the story of my brain for my entire life. All right, you know what? I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So, as previously mentioned, this is episode number 200, the final episode of Sailor Moon. Well, actually, I guess it's the final episode of Sailor Stars.
It's really both.
It's both, yeah. It is called Usagi's Love, The Moonlight Illuminates the Galaxy. It was written by Ryota Yamaguchi. It was directed by Takuya Igarashi, and the animation director was Katsumi Tamagai. Buddy?
Yep.
This is an episode. Let me tell you. Do you want to name it? Do you want to give it a
I guess name? We better. Yeah. Geez, I forgot.
I mean, if this was brought to America by Viz or brought to America by Deke, it would 100% be called So Long Sailors. That's it.
Yeah, that's a great one. I mean, obviously, it would never be brought over by Deke.
Yeah. Yeah. Usagi is like distressingly nude for most of this episode.
My goodness.
Like, not like, I don't feel like she has to be nude.
Yeah, no, I guess we'll talk about it when we get to that part, because then we'll have a little bit more context, but it doesn't help. There's going to be a lot of asking why, and I think a lot of not answering.
Yeah, I do want to say, hey, listeners of this show, thank you. Thank you for not telling me how this show ended. No one spoiled anything about this. So, thank you.
Wow, that is impressive.
For not telling me that this series ended with Usagi transforming into a literal angel and fighting a literal devil with a sword that was a baby.
That's weird.
It's pretty great. So let's go through it.
Okay.
This is where it all began.
So it starts with Galaxia sending away the light of hope.
It starts with its own recap. But this is a recap of things that we never saw. Right, so it's just a cap, exactly. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's stuff we sort of found out at the end of last episode, I mean.
Yeah.
So Galaxia, still kind of a good person, sends the light of the hope out and says, hey, light of hope, go out there. Make somebody happy someday.
Hey, light of hope, you're gonna find yourself a nice person, settle down. There's plenty of fish out there for you.
It's not you, light of hope. It's me.
It's literally her though, because she has sealed away the chaos inside her body.
So that light of hope, it's Chibi Chibi. For many episodes, Chris has been asking what Chibi Chibi is, and I knew that we would kind of find out, but I didn't remember the details. And the reason I didn't remember the details, I think, is understandable, because this episode, like a lot of the endings of seasons of Sailor Moon, and like I learned recently, all of Sailor Moon kind of is in the end, it doesn't actually make sense. It just kind of like feels at you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of feeling at you in this episode, which honestly, I know we usually save this for the end. Not bad. It's not a bad thing for Sailor Moon to like just be like, this is a feelings one, everybody.
Yeah, I think the problem is that my experience watching it 10 years ago, when I was already way too old for it, and now I am much older. But my experience watching it then, like I was just watching it on my own because I wanted to watch it and because I wanted to recapture some of that feeling of being young and watching it, obviously. But watching it now so that I can do a podcast and talk about it is just so different. And it engages my mind in a way that makes the show work less, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, because it doesn't make a lot of narrative sense. No. I will say that. But I will say,
it's beautiful.
I'm glad that I got the experience of watching this to talk about it on the show without ever having seen it before.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I genuinely am glad that nobody spoiled me on this. And babe, you watch me watch this.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through a lot of emotions.
You really did.
Yeah.
Wait, AC, I'm assuming you've never seen it, but I don't know if that's true.
No, I never have. I've seen the first arc probably 10 or 20 times all the way through, because that was what was available to me growing up. But yeah, no, I had never seen it. It was a lot. It was a lot. I was not expecting it. That's for sure.
I was not expecting certain aspects of it, like say persistent nudity.
Yeah.
But it's not even. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's look. I get it. It's weird symbolic. Yeah, I get it.
But I don't. But okay, see, that's the thing. Like, so did you? No, the answer is gonna be no. You didn't watch The Prisoner, did you?
The Prisoner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love The Prisoner.
Oh, you do?
No, okay. AC has not watched The Prisoner.
No.
Because I think you would have very little patience for it.
Correct.
I won't spoil The Prisoner for you just in case. Well, maybe
Impossible.
I will. Who knows? Yeah, that's true. This is the thing. Like, I love The Prisoner, and I actually love the last episode of The Prisoner, which even people who love The Prisoner, it's divisive whether they love that last episode or not. And it doesn't make any sense, and it doesn't have a narrative sense to it. It is all like, basically, here's my real spoiler of The Prisoner. The Prisoner is a show where it's like, oh, like, I get it. It's like a spy story, but it's like got a metaphor for like all things in life. And at the end they went, no, there's no spy story. It's just a metaphor. Fuck off. It only works on one level, and it's not the normal level that things only work on.
I do not love the last episode of The Prisoner. Fallout? That's Fallout?
Yeah. It is.
The penultimate episode of The Prisoner, however, the one that was so intense that Leo McKern had a heart attack while they were filming it, that episode rules.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's a great one. I think they're both good. But so anyway, I love that. But like, for some reason, I want this to make a little bit more sense than that. I don't want Sailor Moon to be 100%. Listen, guess what, everybody? It was just love. Don't worry about it. Like, I want it to be like, come on, but a little bit more.
I genuinely did think we were going to get action in this, in a way that we did not.
Okay, all right.
Like, well, I'm sure we'll get to in a second. But I mean,
because, well, you know why? Because we have kind of agreed that like the perfect expression of Sailor Moon is Sailor Moon. What is it? R?
The R movie, yeah,
which ends with like annihilation beams.
It ends with Usagi standing on an asteroid, surrounded by her dead enemies as it burns up in re-entry.
Yes,
and it's great.
It's kind of the opposite of what she does here.
Well, here is my problem. Like, we're kind of getting this out of order because honestly, not a whole lot happens in this episode.
Yeah, in keeping with the last like 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah. There's a bunch of like really beautiful shots and like a bunch of like, I would say way more happens as kind of an epilogue than what happens in the first 3/4 of the episode.
All right, then we should probably just go through it, right?
But what I want to say is,
yeah, please.
Like you said, it ends up being like, oh, like Usagi's not gonna, fighting doesn't give anyone anything, is what she says. It's like fighting is bad, and she's not going to fight. And I'm watching this, and look, I get it, and I ostensibly agree with it. I have very defined opinions about superheroes and what they should and shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But I was watching this, and I'm like, she has killed so many. Like, she has turned so many Negaverse monsters to dust.
Well, it's been a while though. There was a point at which the show kind of shifted into healing, and it became all about the monsters. Not all, because then there was that season where they were all inanimate objects, and so who cares if she kills them? But a lot of them were like people turned into monsters, and so then it became no, I have to make this right. I have to fix everybody. I have to heal everybody and help them.
Yeah.
But Moondusted is a thing. Like that was the beginning. That's where the show started.
I would agree with you if we didn't know that like all those monsters from season 1 were like hanging out at the Dark Kingdom and like had drama.
Well, they
like, remember Tetis?
I do. The show doesn't though. Like the show did not care. The show just drew all those crowds of people like they're watching a freaking concert.
Avocadora, the avocado monster, had a rich inner life.
No.
But like, I did think we were going to get. I thought we were going to get a fight scene that would then become like lend itself into the symbolism, or we were going to get like some action. She skips straight to the part where she says, "I'm not going to fight you," which usually you have to do the fight part first.
Right. Well, I mean, every other scout. To be fair, every other scout has done it, and every other scout has been pulverized by it. So there's not a lot of value in it. It's just that, yeah, you're right. Listen, it's a weirdly paced finale because it's also a weirdly paced last bunch of the show. Like we've talked about. Like, they've been standing on this rooftop for I honestly don't know, 4 episodes, 5 episodes.
It's been like 5 episodes, yeah.
Yeah, like it's been one quote unquote battle for a really long time, for like probably a month or so of viewer time watching this as it happened, which is kind of bananas when you think about it.
I find it very weird that this literally aired 7 days after the last episode. Like, it was just the next week. Because I feel like these last 4 or 5 feel like they should have aired as the special Sailor Moon finale movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. It should have been a movie in many ways. It probably, I mean, you'd have to restructure it probably even a bit to make that happen, but it probably would work better. So, all right, let's get back to it. So, okay.
So Usagi is she has been one of my favorite anime and Super Sentai tropes is when you get hit so hard you transform back into your civilian identity. It is a perfect visual representation of weakness because you have been turned human again. You've been turned vulnerable again. In Usagi's case, the transformation only goes about halfway. She's got them ribbons on.
And so then after she's lying on the ground with these ribbons on while Chibi like pulses energy. And then as soon as then we get the title card, and as soon as we're back from the title card, we're in Metaphor Land.
Well, yes.
No, she's floating in space all of a sudden when she was lying on a rooftop a minute ago.
Yeah, it's like Flaming Lips song.
And she's talking to not the Starseed. I keep wanting to say she's a Starseed.
She's the Light of Hope.
She's talking to the Light of Hope, she's now seeing as a full-grown person. Although now that I'm looking at it, I'm trying to really understand this. Why does the Light of Hope look like that?
Okay, the Light of Hope, when she is in like the Mind Palace, like she is right now, that's Galaxia. That's what Galaxia looks like. That is essentially the Galaxia version of when.
Wait, Galaxia used to have Odongos?
Wait, are you talking about the person in like the field, like in the long white dress?
No, that's what I'm saying. Right now, I'm talking about when Usagi's drifting in space and talking to the light for the very first time. We see the silhouettes.
Oh no, yeah, okay. Then we see Angel Sailor Moon. Yeah,
yeah. The Light of Hope just appears to be Sailor Moon. That's why I was like, I don't know what, except no, you know what it is? It's fully grown Chibi. Because if you look at the Odongos, they do have the heart shape. It's subtle because of the lighting effect.
That is correct.
So it's full grown Chibi, which is weird because you're right. It comes from Galaxia. It seems like it should probably be Galaxia, but it's fine.
Yeah.
So she's saying, I want you to take the Light of Hope. And the Light of Hope goes into Usagi and turns her into Princess Serenity. Well, no, dresses her like Princess Serenity.
Yes, she's still Usagi because she goes, what? Which is fun. Like,
yeah.
And this is, I got excited when this happened. And then, okay, so I got excited when she turns into Princess Serenity because, again, that's something else that happened in the R movie where Princess Sailor Moon is like that's the Super Saiyan. Like, that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
That's when, it's about to get good. Babe, would you describe my reaction to this next scene?
You started laughing hysterically and clapping.
I laughed so hard I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah. You were delighted. The only time comparable reaction to the time we saw Furious 7 in theaters. And at one point in during the movie, you stood up and took your shirt off.
Wait, in a theater?
Yeah. We were the only people in there.
Yeah. When Dwayne The Rock Johnson as DSS agent Luke Hobbs is all injured and banged up, and then he sees some shit's going down, and he stands up and flexes so hard that the cast on his arm shatters. Yep. And he has magically healed himself with the power of being a badass. Yep. And then he goes, Daddy's got to go to work. I got so fucking hype.
You really did.
Yeah. So at this point, in case you haven't seen this episode, the Light of Hope, which is Chibi Chibi, turns into the biggest fucking Final Fantasy sword. It is such a huge sword because there is a shot of it. It is like we talked about how big Galaxia's sword was a couple episodes ago. This sword is so much taller than Usagi.
Yeah, it's huge. It
is so big.
The blade itself is taller than Usagi, not to mention the hilt. It's so huge.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's not quite. It's not as wide as some of the ridiculous wide swords that you see nowadays, but it's really long.
Yeah, it's huge.
Also, sorry, just a side note, looking at Usagi in the princess outfit here, her shoulders are 100% not connected to her dress. Her shoulder poofs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's weird how disconnected they are.
Well, have we looked at the real dress that this is based on to see if...
I'm sure we have, but I don't
The shoulders are connected? Because they're definitely not. They're like little puffy epaulets.
Yeah, she's just got these
they're shoulder dongos. That's what they are.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So yeah, she gets a giant sword.
By the way, I cannot stress this enough.
And so you thought, this is going to be great. Usagi's going to pick up the sword, become super badass, kick ass with it.
I thought that she was going to go and defeat Galaxia.
Yeah.
And then show Galaxia like mercy, throw the sword down and that would be that. Like, I thought there was going to be, because the next thing that happens is Usagi grows wings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Usagi becomes a full-ass angel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the thing that happens. This is not the first time she's had wings.
No, but it's always, like, if you remember, the last time Usagi had wings and, like, went and did something, is that she went into the multidimensional chaos world with Hotaru, and Hotaru came out as a baby. And we did not see what happened there.
Wait a minute. Well, no, that's not the last time she grew wings.
Yeah, that might have happened when the horse was around, and I don't remember it.
First of all, she has wings every time she transforms. Second of all...
But not these wings.
Right. But she definitely had them, if you remember Chibi Chibi was falling, and she had to fly and catch her. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
But speaking of her of falling, now, sorry, before she grows wings because she's falling, which makes me, again, go, wait, so what was real and what wasn't? Because we saw her on the ground, and then we saw her floating in space, and I said we're in metaphor land, but apparently we weren't, because now she's falling from a great height. So what happened?
It's just like the transformation sequences. It's like, do they really do all that when they transform, or is it just, do we see it and then nobody else does? It's the same thing. I think what happened, I do think it is diegetic. I think she was laying on the ground and the Light of Hope lifted her up into the sky, and then they had their conversation, and then that was Galaxia like flying. Galaxia took her sweet time flying up into the sky to hit Usagi with her sword. That knocks her out of the sky. Okay. She grabs the sword, and that's when she gets these full-ass Hawkman-ass wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I would say angel wings from X-Men wings.
Yes, but I cannot stress enough. This is a winged Usagi.
Yes.
And there's a shot of her, like I've got it paused right now, it's at 5 minutes 10, where she's like basically doing a midair Akira slide.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, she's gonna go fight her, but like she's gonna be fighting her with the power of love and like all of her friends with her, and like the sword is a baby, so like it's okay to fight somebody with a baby.
Yep. But instead, she just kind of dodges out of the way, and Galaxia smashes into the ground.
Yeah. Also, I'm glad, like, Usagi can fly now, but she has wings, and so that's fine. It's not like all those other times Usagi flies for no reason.
Right. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
So then something happens that kind of is what we were expecting / wondering if would happen. It's not exactly a double queen situation, but it's close.
It's definitely a this isn't even my final form situation.
Right.
Where Galaxia, her little wrist things shatter, which I don't know why that happens, because that's what she was using. Like, she was using those for, like, to shoot laser beams out of, right? Like, I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong.
Well, on other people, those things allow them to live without a starseed. So I think it is connected. I think the Light of Hope is kind of her starseed, right?
Right.
And she sent it away. And within her is not a starseed anymore then, but what is within her is the chaos. And so she keeps those things on to kind of like keep the chaos, and it kind of keeps her normal or ish instead of being fully taken over by the chaos. And I think in this moment she's going, all right, fuck it. I've given up entirely.
This is like when that one little dude on Naruto takes off his things and they, like, you know, they're so heavy that they break the floor. And then he's like, oh, he's actually, like, super fast because he's been wearing these things this whole time.
Oh, that's really funny. I've never experienced Naruto.
That's, like, literally the only thing I've ever seen from Naruto.
But that is also a thing from, like, old, you know, legends and stuff. It was in Baron Munchausen. One of Baron Munchausen's friends was a guy so fast that he had to wear, like, leg irons all the time.
Yeah. I don't know why the little bracelets shatter. She does turn into Dracula at this point. She is
we've seen Dracula. I mean, not in the cartoon, but
yeah, she turns into the last Dracul.
God, remember how we
I was so excited.
It was.
I was so excited. I'm like, I like Sailor Moon. I like songs about Sailor Moon. I like dumb media for babies. I love Dracula. Let's do it.
You can't go wrong.
It was like 4 hours long.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm glad the Sailor Moon live show that we saw was good.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
But yes, she has evil bat wings. Mm-hmm. Her armor has turned black. She is, like, super pale, and I'm pretty sure she has fangs as well.
Let's see. So
no fangs. But she does have a Dracula trophy, or like on her.
On her lapel. Well, it's like a jewel.
What Matt Fraction called her Dracula's penmanship award, which I always thought was very funny.
I mean, so honestly, I think she did it on purpose. I think she was, like, so fed up with Sailor Moon that she was like, I'm fine, then I'm just letting the chaos out.
Oh, I think she does. She absolutely does it on purpose. I just don't know what the significance of the bracelets thing is.
They're telling you. They allow you to maintain your humanity after. That's why the Outers, the Outers who betrayed their friends and murdered them as a ploy, had them on, because they had lost their starseeds, but with the bracelets they could stay themselves.
Right. Okay. Yes. That is actually correct. I do remember that now. Thank you.
No problem. I remember it.
Yeah.
So now it begins an angel versus demon sword fight.
Yeah. Usagi is an angel and Galaxia is now a Satan.
Yep.
And this is great. And I thought it was going to happen, because we even get a voiceover from the Light of Hope, aka Chibi Chibi, aka this gigantic sword. It's like, oh, that's not Galaxia anymore.
Yeah.
That's the chaos. You gotta fight the chaos. And I was like, cool, rad, let's do it.
Yeah, this is going to happen now. Nope.
No. Which, again, I get it. And I don't hate it. It's just not what I was expecting.
Light of Hope just keeps being like, will you do this? Come on. And Usagi's like, no. And Galaxia is like, you're going to fight me now. And she's like, nope. No reason to fight. We shouldn't be doing this. This is not how this has to go.
I admire her commitment to pacifism.
It is weird that she's starting now. Like, how many episodes?
Uh-huh.
How many episodes ago did she blast somebody? Like, it wasn't long ago.
No.
It would probably be like 6 episodes ago she blasted somebody.
Also, I feel like if ever she was going to get a pass,
yeah,
all of her friends and her past/future husband are dead.
And her kid.
And her kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her kid isn't around. We don't know what's up with her kid.
Well, if she killed her future husband.
Right.
Fair. That's fair. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You know what? I just am realizing, though, while you're right, it would make much more sense for her to just go, no, I'm actually going to fight you. If she had won in the traditional way, all of those people would still be dead.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, like, she doesn't have to fight her to the death. But listen, is not the way I would have written it. So then they do like the slash at each other and they kind of freeze. And then it turns out that Galaxia has shattered the sword, which then turns back into a baby.
Hold on. You missed the part where
what did I miss?
Usagi draws first blood by accident.
Yeah.
Usagi is holding up the sword going, no. And Galaxia is like so determined to sword fight that she runs up and stabs herself a little bit on Usagi's sword. Which is preposterous, but there you are.
Usagi's trying to resist her own berserker rage.
Like she's just desperate to not fight, and yet is the one who stabs the other. Yeah. And it's fine. So then, as you said, Galaxia shatters her sword.
Yeah, and then in what is a pretty amazing transition to the act break, Usagi goes, "Fighting's not the only way to settle things," and Galaxia goes, "What?" And then it's immediately.
Wonderful.
Galaxia's like, hey, did we just do a Sailor Moon says in the middle of the episode? Is it time for that now?
It was very surprising act break, although partly because it's not in the middle of the episode. It's like, I don't know, a third of the way through the episode or something like that. So it was like, wait, what? How did we already get here?
Well, we're in the act break now.
About? Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Jordan.
Hi.
Have you enjoyed doing this show for the past 200 episodes?
Yeah. I mean, some of them in there were a little rough, but for the most part, yeah.
I would say I've enjoyed doing this show for like maybe the past 30 episodes, and then maybe the first 120 episodes or so. Have you been enjoying the show?
Yeah, why not?
Listeners have also been enjoying the show.
That's true. You know how I know?
How?
Because they've been going to patreon.com/sailorbusiness, and they have been supporting the show as a patron for as little as $1 a month. And I want to say as much as 60,000. Nobody has done 60,000. If they had, we wouldn't be doing this episode. Like that was the pledge.
Wouldn't that have been the best way to end it?
Yes, it really would have. But unfortunately, it's too late. We did it anyway. But we are thankful for our support. People support it at different levels. They get different exclusive stuffs. Like relatively recently, we did a commentary episode that only was available for our patrons at the $5 level, I think.
Yeah,
and above.
$5 and above. You got the we did 2 commentary episodes for the regular feed, and if you like those, there is a third one, this patron exclusive, that went up on Monday that you can go listen to, where we talk about the tennis ball Sailor Moon episode.
Yeah.
Which is great. Guess what? Holds up.
I'll tell you, watching those 3 season 1 episodes definitely made me go, oh, right. This show's amazing. And it did make me want to be like, let's do it again. Let's just do let's do all commentaries this time. It's faster too.
Fair.
Anyway, thank you for supporting us all this time, as long as we've had the Patreon anyway.
Yeah, and I would specifically like to thank our newest patrons. We have Jeffrey, new patron.
Thank you, Jeffrey, very much.
Yeah, we've got Amanda is a new patron, getting a pin.
Oh, thank you very much, Amanda.
Nate is at the $15 level as well, so thank you, Nate.
Oh, thank you, Nate. That's awesome. Well, are they getting tennis balls, or are they getting something else?
A lot of people are still getting the tennis ball. People love the tennis ball.
It's a great pin.
It's a great pin, no joke. But Tuxedo Melvin with his little tempura shrimps, pretty good too.
I think I wore the tennis ball Sailor Moon pin for a live stream I did that was live streaming the green carpet of the Hellfire Gala. I put that pin on.
Listen, it is an iconic fashion accessory.
Truly.
We have a lot of pins, and legitimately, I think Katie's design for the tennis ball Sailor Moon is like it's my favorite pin I own, I think.
I mean, I really do love Axari, though.
The Axari one is good. The Tuxedo Melvin is good. It's just something about Sailor Moon as a tennis ball.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's really cute.
Yeah. But thank you, listeners. Thank you for supporting the show at patreon.com/sailorbusiness. If you've enjoyed it, that's a great way to let us know, especially given our earlier conversation about finances.
It's fine. Take it up with Joseph.
Yeah. He's not on the Patreon either.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No. He's not.
He's failing us all right now.
The least he could do.
Really?
Maybe he should start a Patreon, and if enough people
That's
pledge...
called taxes. All right, let's get back to the episode. So much like me, Galaxia is like, wait, what? I thought, are we not? It's like we got about 15 minutes left here in the series. We gonna fight or
what happened to Usagi's clothes in the act break?
That's a great question. Okay, I would have been totally happy if she was just in the Princess Serenity dress for the rest of the episode. Like
that would have been it would have been in keep. I mean, listen, it would have been a lot like previous finales in many ways. Like it would have been like, yeah, that's the thing you do, so sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's not what happens. It turns back into ribbons first, and then Usagi's just gonna be nude for the next 10 minutes or so.
So okay, so let's talk about it. So first of all, let's clarify. She's Barbie doll naked.
Yeah, she is featurelessly nude.
Like she's very full frontal nudity, but like, you know, she does not have nipples. And if I remember, am I misremembering that at one point we saw her nipples in the show?
I don't think we did, because like I remember, like I think I know what you're talking about. That was the one where like she and Chibiusa are both like floating nude in a void, right?
There was, I don't remember when it was, but there was one time where I remember being kind of scandalized
on this show.
There is, but this time it's like no, she's naked, but she does not have nipples. She does not presumably have genitals. It's not like they show in detail. That's great.
Yeah, it's very like cherub.
Yes. Well, for a minute I thought, are they doing like she's an angel? Because it's not even subtle. It's like very blatant. Like I was like, are they doing like she's an angel in the way that like they don't have, you know, parts? But then she does still have a belly button.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like, God, I it's so awkward to get into the specifics, but there's a shot later on where we do see her like from behind, and she doesn't have like a butt crack either. Mm-hmm. So it's like she's wearing like just a flesh colored bodysuit, except she does have a belly button.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it's weird angel stuff.
Why did they? So you think they were sitting there going like, well, if she's really like an angel, she's going to be naked.
I think they wanted. Okay, if I am being as charitable as I can be to the weirdos who make this show,
yeah,
the well-established weirdos, I would say that what they wanted was for her to be nude for like the angel symbolism, but they were also like, this is going on TV, and they will stop us at a certain point. So they like just did like I said, Barbie doll nude. Like I think that's all there is to it. Like they wanted the weird symbolism.
But like, can't you show boobs on Japanese television?
I don't know.
I think you can.
I'm glad they didn't.
No, listen, me too. But but again, it's just that these are all such deliberate. They seem like they're really deliberate choices, and I don't understand them.
I think there are deliberate choices, and then I think there are factors of the show that are the result of deliberate choices, like collateral damage to those deliberate choices. And I think what we're getting stuck in now is one of those. But I mean, like, it's definitely meant to be like it's visual purity metaphor, right? Because Usagi is like she has completely shed all of the like ideas of violence and fighting, like even at this point where Tokyo's all fucked up and everybody's dead.
Yeah, she's not a soldier now. She's not a warrior anymore.
Yeah, she is not a Sailor Guardian. She is not a princess. She is just this weird angel, which she ends up like. There's actually like a pretty cool sequence where the silver crystal comes out, which I was very excited about. So she's now running around with like this giant crystal embedded in her body, and then we see Galaxia's starseed. We see Galaxia's soul, basically, right? Like that's what it is. It's Galaxia's soul in this meadow, which is where evil Galaxia, has been keeping all the starseeds.
Yeah.
And so Usagi's like, no, like I believe in love and I believe in hope. These are very nebulous concepts at this moment, but I believe in them. And then all the starseeds like come out of this big meadow, and then they're also there in real life. And then Angel Usagi flies down at Galaxia, and Galaxia swings her sword at her, and Galaxia's sword shatters, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. She basically like, again, so talking about things happening metaphorically, because you could say if it's literal, then it's telepathy, I guess. But because she like talks to Galaxia's soul.
Yeah.
She has like a conversation with it, right? Like
yeah, like she talks to the real Galaxia while like the evil Galaxia is yelling at her.
Yeah,
which is pretty good. And then she like literally they do a Mega Powers handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Usagi flies down and like they grab hands, and it's like it's a really beautiful shot of Usagi with her angel wings and she still has her odongos and her giant pigtails, which I love. And it's like, there's the shot of her pulling Galaxia out of hell. It's really good. The visuals, weird as they are really good in this part, I think. Yes.
And, and also they're playing the Sailor Stars theme song, which is dramatic and awesome.
And then Galaxia explodes.
Mm-hmm.
And that hard candy shell of evil Galaxia gives way to the delicious nougat center of for real Galaxia. And just to like not to put too fine a point on it, the everything is in the bisexual pride flag colors in the background. Bisexual icon Usagi's Kino.
I didn't notice that. So yeah, Usagi's thing that she says about why she won't fight is because, and this is stepping back just a tiny bit, but like she does this thing about like, I love this world so much. I care about this world and everyone in it so much that I can't lose anyone else, including you, evil person who killed everyone I care about. But she knows, I guess, through intuition or something, that like Galaxia has a goodness inside of her. This is the end of Return of the Jedi, kind of, right?
Yeah, kind of.
So there you go.
Except Galaxia doesn't pick up her evil side and throw her in a hole.
No, but it just kind of vanishes out into space, yeah.
Yeah. And, like I said, all the starseeds have risen up and are now kind of floating around them, and it turns out just those are everybody. So good news.
Okay, I'm gonna be really vulgar for a second.
Please don't.
All right. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the position of the one starseed in that one shot?
How weird is that?
It's pretty weird. I had, Jordan, I want you to know, I had the same thought, and I was like, that one's weird.
It's very weird. Anyway, so this is all real.
Yeah, no, this is all really happening.
This is all really happening. Okay, well, that was kind of unclear to me when I watched it. But yeah, I think you're right. This is all real. Galaxia has turned into a Barbie doll as well. And they are both just kind of floating in the sky effortlessly, like high above everything, like very high above everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's fun.
And then you see the moon. Because, she's Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But it's very bright moon. Like, it's definitely, like, very bright out.
But I think it ends on a cliffhanger, right? By which I mean, they're like, hey, the chaos just left.
No, the chaos is destroyed. The chaos explodes. Yeah.
I don't think so. No, you're incorrect.
Am I?
Yeah. They're like, what happened to the chaos? Do you think the chaos disappeared? And their answer is, I think it returned to the place it was meant to be. And then she goes, then it's going to happen again. And they're like, yeah, but... Oh, they're saying the chaos is in everyone's hearts. And they're like, yeah, but you're strong. Yeah, they'll face it again. So this is like a cycle forever.
Yeah, hey, it's the fourth world. Dark side is in all of us.
Nice.
Yeah. But you know what? So is Sailor Moon. So Galaxia just heads back out to space with a bunch of starseeds.
Hey, is this still her galaxy? Does she still own and run the galaxy?
I don't think she even owns the TV network anymore. Here's the thing. A bunch of people are going to come back to life right now. You all knew this was coming.
Right.
Because, all the Sailor Senshi come back to life. Memory comes back to life. Kaguya, or not Kaguya,
but here's the thing.
Whatever the princess's name is.
It's pretty... You're right, we all knew it was coming because they didn't die. They disappeared when their star seeds were torn out. So, like, now that their star seeds are released, it's like, yeah, they go, oh, we're back. Like, we reappear.
Yeah, also everybody can fly now. Here's my question. Because, look, everybody comes back to life. Even, like, the Starlights, who this episode has mostly forgotten about. Like, in a minute, they're going to be like, hey, we have to go back to our home planet. All of our friends are waiting for us.
No, they didn't. That's not what they said. They said something even more confusing than that. But we're jumping too far ahead. Hold on.
What I'm saying is Tokyo got blown up.
Right.
Is Tokyo fixed?
Well, the answer is yes, except that it shouldn't be. Like, there's no reason for it to be. The answer is yes, because we see scenes later of stuff happening, and everybody is, like, fine, and the world seems to be fine.
Yeah,
like,
but is that, like, a couple months later after they rebuilt everything?
Probably not, because, again, like you said, the Starlights are just leaving.
Yeah.
They're not going to stick around. They're going to see people digging through the rubble and go, yeah, we're going to go.
It actually might be a couple months later, and I'll explain why when we get there.
All right.
Yeah. Everybody's back to life.
No, but even there, I want to say, no, again, emotionally, I get it. Everyone's alive again. We all love each other, and that's how we won. Great, group hug. Except, hey, remember when you murdered me? A couple of them killed a couple of other of them.
Right.
All part of the plan.
And again, like Mishru and Haruka are like, "Oh, Sailor Moon, you did it! You did it without you didn't even throw a single blow. That's amazing." I'm like, "Where's the I'm sorry? where's the apology?"
Just like we always knew you could, kiddo. Yeah, Memoru comes back, and so all the Sailor Senshi and Memoru and everybody, Chibi Chibi, are all back.
Memoru's armored up, not even back as Tuxedo Mask.
Okay, yeah, he's back as Endymion, which I actually thought was really cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Because that's like, I like to think that everybody kind of like came back in their true forms, and so like for the Senshi, it's as the Senshi, and for Usagi, I guess Usagi didn't die, but like she's an angel now.
Yeah.
But for Memoru, it's his, noblest, most idealized self. The guy who died trying to protect Usagi on the moon when
not the purple guy of the future.
No, not that guy who sucks. Not the deadbeat dad of space.
Well, I mean, the mom also sent the daughter back in time.
Yeah, but we expect that from Usagi. She's not cut out to raise a kid. You know that. Legitimately, looking back, one of the funniest things in this show is when God Empress Queen Neo Queen Serenity sends that that note back with Chibiusa
with misspellings.
Yeah, and it's all like the handwriting's bad and stuff's misspelled, and she drew a little bunny on it. Like, that's good. That's good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, everybody's back to life. We do see if we take everything as literally happening.
Yeah.
There's just like, what, 10. Yeah, there's 9 Senshi plus Darien, right? There's 9 Senshi plus Mamoru.
Yeah.
So there's like just 9 high schoolers and a college boy, and whatever. So 8 high schoolers, a college boy, and Setsuna, who is a businesswoman.
Oh no, I think didn't the 2 outers graduate?
Oh, well, their school blew up, so sure. But like,
it's kind of like at the end of Harry Potter, when they're like, and everyone came back for their last year. It's like, nah,
yeah,
no, they didn't.
Everybody, hey, congratulations! Everybody gets a degree. Everybody gets a diploma today. Also, your school was a weird front for whatever was going on in that season. So, but yeah, like, then we pan down and we see the Starlights, who also didn't die. And so they're all like fucked up from the fight, like they're all battle damaged. And they're just looking up at these teens just floating in a circle in the air with all these collapsed buildings around them.
Yep.
It's very funny.
Yeah, why don't they get to fly? Why don't they get to fly up there?
Well, they didn't die or become angels, so...
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And they're like, wow, Sailor Moon. She really is a pretty guardian.
Oh.
And then the princess also comes back to life.
The princess!
And it would have been very funny if the princess then immediately died again.
I mean, sequel. That's going to happen.
So yeah, that's... Here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I was watching this, and I was like, huh. I was really expecting the show to get me, like, in the last moment. Like, I was expecting, like you said, it is an episode that feels at you. And I was expecting for it to really get me, because you know I am an easy cry.
Yeah. We all wept at our movie.
And then we start going into the little epilogues, and I'm like, huh. It's not doing it for, it's more weird that this is the end of Sailor Moon than it's like emotional for me at this point. Because, you know, it's the Starlights leaving, and I know people like him. I don't care about Seiya. I'm sorry. Don't care about Seiya. Don't care about Yaten. Don't care about Taiki.
Well, no, those two are like
real jerks.
Yeah, irredeemable, pretty much. But at least Seiya is like kind of okay sometimes.
I do like Seiya, like, through gritted teeth, going, I'm glad your boyfriend's alive again. That's cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to another planet now. But yeah, don't they say, like, we're going back to our home planet because our friends are there?
Something like that, but then it gets weirder. Hold on, let me find it.
He says, I'll never forget you. And he goes, we'll always be friends. Which is...
And everybody gives her shit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're like a brother to me, Seiya.
He didn't... I mean, that's the thing, is that he didn't really have a chance. Like...
No, no, Seiya was fighting space and time on this one. Seiya was really fighting destiny. I just don't know why Ray's not over here being like, you know who's single, though? Is this gal, Ray.
Wait, where did they say it? Did I miss the part where they said it, or did they say it at the end?
I think they say it... They walk off into the sunset.
No, I must have missed it.
And then, weird.
Okay, wait, here we go. Yes, our friends are waiting for us on our home world. We'll create a new world. Wait, what?
Yeah, so that leads me to believe everybody came back to life, but, like, all the physical damage to the place is still done.
What? That makes even less sense.
I mean, not really. If she's, like, tearing out souls, but also, like, demolishing buildings.
No, but hold on. She's not tearing out souls. Nobody has souls, by which I mean starseeds. Nobody has them. Remember, that's the whole deal. Only Sailor Scouts have them.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody else on their planet should just be dead.
Yeah, and so should all the people who were also on the plane with Mamoru.
Yeah. Well, the plane didn't actually blow up.
It got taken into Galaxia's multidimensional chaos world.
That's true. Yeah, no, everybody should be dead. Like, I mean, but that's the thing.
It's a good episode title for this one. Everybody should be dead.
Well, they should. But then I'm even more confused when they say, their friends are waiting for them. But then I'm also confused when they then follow that up with, we'll create a new world. And it's like, wait, why do you need to? And so you're saying you think it's because their friends are all back alive, but they're sitting there on, well, rubble or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have to build new houses for them.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about my favorite part of Bride of Frankenstein when the monster goes, "Everybody should be dead." It's a funny joke.
That's good, babe. Good job.
Thanks, babe. The last thing we get of the Starlights is pretty cool because they walk off into the sunset and they're in silhouette and they're very clearly like in their school uniforms, and then they just like do a quick like 3/4 turn and look back at Usagi, and they're all in their Sailor Senshi identities, which I think is like a neat little,
so cute.
Like there's a little shimmer, and it's like, okay, so wait, is that what transformation sequences look like from outside? Are we just seeing them slowed down?
They happen so fast. And then for a moment, I actually thought they were going to end the Sailor Moon series on the Outer Senshi. Because it really seemed like that was going to be the end of it when this Outer Senshi have their little moment.
Well, there's a bit right after right when the Starlights are getting ready to leave that I really like. Have you ever seen the last episode of Brave and the Bold?
No, I've never seen any episode.
Okay. It's good. You should. I think you would really like it. But Brave and the Bold literally ends with like Batman turning to the camera and telling the kids like, "Hey, I'm done, but don't worry because there's always going to be some kind of Batman here for you. You know, hey, there's going to be a new show in a little bit. Nobody's going to watch it. It's going to get canceled after like half a season. It's on HBO Max now if you want to watch it, but nobody does. But like he says like, hey, boys and girls, like, don't worry because I'll always be here for you." And it's really cute. And it really, like, I watched it at the gym and I started crying while I was on the elliptical machine, which is the worst. Oh, it was terrible. But the scene where all of the Inner Senshi are saying goodbye to all of the Starlights, it's shot so that they are like staring straight down the camera, like saying stuff like, "We won't forget you. You can come back anytime and visit." You know,
I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, I thought it was a really nice, like, Ray going like, "Yeah, come back and see us," and Usagi going, "We'll be waiting." I was like, oh man, that's like a really good bit because that is very like they're very much talking to the Starlights, but it's a very nicely done last shot of a show. But yeah, then we get the Outers in their car, and you know what? A family can be 2 lesbians and their daughter and Setsuna.
2 of whom killed the other 2.
2 of whom killed the other 2. And 1 of whom tried to murder the universe, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And Setsuna, who really isn't that bad.
She just, well, I mean, I was going to say she just sucks at her job, but technically they all do.
Yeah, they're very, if they were good at their job, we would not have a show. And, we do.
I mean,
and we get a really cute moment where they see a shooting star, which are actually the Starlights, and Setsuna goes, "What'd you 2 wish for?" And Haruka and Michiru goes, "We didn't wish for anything. We don't need anything. We're good, actually."
I wished for their spin-off where they actually are awesome.
Same.
And yeah, I really like it. I was like, they can't end on them. Like, no offense to them, they're great and all, but you can't end Sailor Moon on not Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
and thankfully they did not.
You have to end it with the Miracle Romance,
and they did. A scene with nothing much to it. Usagi just asking if Mamo loves her, and him saying, "What does he say? You make me feel."
He says, "Yeah, I feel better just by being with you."
Yeah.
Which, that's it, everybody. That's Conquer Space and Time. That romance. All right.
And that's
this is where it got me, and I think it happened because I wrote the recap like right before I watched the episode.
Yep.
It ends with, "My name is Usagi Tsukino. I'm 16 years old in my first year of high school. I'm a bit of a klutz, and I guess you could say I'm a crybaby, but I'm secretly a Sailor Moon." And it's like ending it on the same thing they started with. That shit gets me every time. Like, oh.
Well, and then even more to me, punctuated by going into the original theme song.
Yeah.
Which we haven't heard in, 50 episodes or something.
Yeah. And did you notice that the credits are all new stuff, too?
Oh yeah, all the new pictures, absolutely.
Yeah, so we get they play Moonlight Densetsu, and then we get pictures of the scouts hanging out with each other. One of them is a picture that is on the table next to a wine glass.
It sure looks like a wine glass.
Oh yeah, that's a rosé all day, and it's a picture of Usagi and Artemis and Luna, and I'm like, who's having a glass of wine, and who's the wine mom of this group? And it's Setsuna, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then the entire show ends on a picture of a feather in a puddle?
Yeah. You know.
All right.
Wings.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? But yeah, that's it. That's Sailor Moon. That's a series wrap on Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
How can that be?
Babe, what'd you think of the last episode?
Oh, it was perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it was exactly the weird season finale or series finale that I was expecting.
Even the weird nudity?
Yeah.
You could have warned me.
It's not the first time that's happened.
That's fair. That's true. Yeah, I liked it. This is a hard show to end, I think.
Sure. And
I think the epilogues did a lot of the heavy lifting. But like I said, that little scene of everybody saying goodbye, like literally all of the Inner Senshi getting to say goodbye to the camera, and then the little closing on Usagi and Mamoru and Usagi doing her narration. Like, if that hadn't happened, I don't know how I would feel about this episode, but that was like, oh no, A++. Excellent work. Because it got me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
How about you, Jordan? Like, this is not your first time going through it, but
I think I liked it more the first time I saw it, but that's, like I said, because of the weird circumstances and like trying to watch it. I don't know. It's just a weird situation watching it for this purpose instead of that purpose.
Yeah, as we have said, we are not watching the show as it is intended to be watched.
Right. I mean, it was still fun. It was still a lot of fun. I mean, I do wish it made a little bit more sense, but yeah, it was beautiful. It was well animated, and the good guys won. And that's
I was really worried about that. Actually,
yeah. Well, they spent a lot of time losing the last bunch of episodes.
Well, the first time they ended a season, they all died. So
well, then they all came back though before the season ended. So
again, it happens a lot.
More than you think.
Yeah, Sailor Moon. Listen, I got the tattoo, so I'm really glad I liked the ending of the show.
Could it have made you regret your tattoo? Would it have been possible?
I don't think so. Like we've talked about it before. Like even when the show was kind of at its worst and we were at our most suffering trying to get through it, like that first season's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
What would it take to get you to get a tattoo of Pegasus?
Do I have to keep it?
You like you could cut the skin off of your body?
No,
like what
you can get a tattoo removed or covered up. I know, sure. How big does it have to be? These are factors. Because listen, there is an amount of money that I would do it for. Is it an amount that you have? No.
Oh, okay. Well then, never mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Like did we plan some sort of grand finale thing to do now that we're supposed to do?
I think we're going to come back and do like you and me are going to do like a little episode where we kind of look back at the series as a whole. But I think that's kind of it for Sailor Moon. I feel good about it. Like I feel better just by it being here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sailor Moon. It's a good thing. It's a positive force in the world. And it didn't betray that in its ending, for sure.
Yeah. No, at no point in the ending did it not feel like Sailor Moon.
Yes.
Which I think is very important.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In terms of like, where does this rank in series finales? I would say probably pretty high.
Oh, I don't
There's
know.
not a lot of really good series finales, I don't think.
What are the best series finales?
Brave and the Bold.
Oh yeah, so I never saw that. I mean, I thought Breaking Bad had a good ending. Dawson's Creek had a great ending.
I haven't watched that either.
Like Hannibal barely counts because they didn't want it to be the end when they did it.
How can either of you think of any series finale ever? I can't think of a single television show right now.
Oh. I mean,
like when I'm asked, what's like a really great season finale of a television show? And I'm like, I've never watched television in my life, apparently, because the only thing that's coming to my addled, melted brain right now is Friends. Did that have a series finale? I don't know. Yes. I've never seen that show.
I don't remember. I don't think I watched it because I think I was over sitcoms by then.
I am both too young and too old to know anything about Friends. So that's my thing. It's Friends. Good series finale. That's my contribution to this conversation.
I liked the series finale of The Office. There you go. That was also a good one.
I don't remember how that show ends.
That one I definitely cried at.
I know everybody hated the series finale of Seinfeld.
Oh,
they go to jail, right?
Yeah. It was kind of fun. It wasn't great, but it was good. I thought it was good. They do go to jail. The terrible ones are. I mean, X-Files is a big one. Battlestar Galactica is a big one. Game of Thrones, unfortunately.
Star Trek: The Next Generation. That's good series finale. All Good Things is good.
That was a really good episode. Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't hate the Voyager finale.
Oh, I watched that. I didn't watch Voyager all the way through, but I came back for the ending, and I thought it was a good ending.
Yeah. Weird little time travel episode to end on. Why not? Sure.
I don't remember Deep Space Nine's ending, though.
Steven Universe. Steven Universe had a real good series finale. Yes.
Didn't get far enough into it.
Oh, it's that that's a conversation that we have been having for like 3 years. That's fine.
It was cute.
How dare you? Yeah. Anyway, I think as far as like a satisfying series finale that felt like the show, I think Sailor Moon really did it because it even has Usagi and Rei fighting just a little bit at the end. Like they play the hits in the last 10 minutes, right, which I liked.
Buffy didn't have a good finale, did it?
Never even made it to the last season.
Oh, wow. Did Xena have a good finale?
I don't remember. But listeners will find out as Xena business continues.
Yep. Oh, Ash vs. Evil Dead. Speaking of Xena, Ash vs. Evil Dead had a good ending.
Huh. Well, this is our new show where we just say the names of TV shows and whether they had a good ending. So join us. Be here next time for that. No, we will be back with a retrospective episode looking back at the whole series. But until then, this is it, everybody. Thanks for being here with us as we watched all of Sailor Moon. I have now watched all of Sailor Moon, which feels good.
Yeah.
It got you married.
Got me married. Yeah.
I'm also really glad that you slowed down to not get ahead. Because I remember at the beginning you were way ahead and you were going to just keep plowing through it. And I'm glad you did.
Oh, well, that's because that's how we were watching it every week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had been for a little bit, and also I had seen all those episodes when I was a kid.
We moved in with each other, and we were like, we don't need to.
we don't need to have a scheduled Skype time anymore.
We're watching television with each other 16 hours a day. We don't need to add. So, and that's what we've been doing for the past 6 years.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. But we never made it to any series finales.
No, none.
Except Friends.
Except for Friends. Apparently. Who is in Friends? Is there
Wait.
Is there
is this a bit? What's happening?
No. Is there a George in Friends?
No, that's
Seinfeld. Actor.
Either.
Neither. No, there's neither of those things.
Wait, are you thinking of Hamilton? There's George in that.
Is there there's a Phoebe. There's a Phoebe in Friends.
It's Phoebe.
What happens to Phoebe at the end?
I don't know.
I'm about to read every episode of Friends that there has ever been.
When you say read,
obviously I'm going to go onto the Wikipedia page.
Okay, you're just gonna
and learn everything there is about Friends.
You should do that as a podcast, experiencing Friends only through Wikipedia.
No, I'm too.
You can call it Words with Friends. That's it. That's our next show, everybody.
There we go.
Hey, this has been Sailor Business. Babe, do you want anybody to find you online?
No.
Okay. Jordan, where can everybody find us online?
At Sailor Business on Twitter, if that's what you really want to be doing with your time. And beyond that, sailorbusiness.com. You can find JJ Mason. No, you can find Jake Mason at JJ_Mason on Twitter.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you for editing so much of this show.
Yeah. And again, we're lucky to have found you.
Yes, absolutely. It was Jake's birthday last week.
Oh, happy late birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to Jake. I asked him if it counted that we said nice things about him as a present. And he said yes. So, thank you, Jake. Happy birthday. Thank you for being a part of the show for so long.
Jake, hold up for cash next year.
Yeah. Listen, you gotta like send out an SMS blast. get on MailChimp. But yes, at Sailor Business, at JJ_Mason. Jordan's not on Twitter. I still have an account on there so I can retweet my podcast. It's a bad website.
I am a ghost.
You are a ghost in my world.
If you see me, look at the ground.
Yeah. I guess there won't be a next time.
Well, there will, because you just said we're going to do another one.
Yeah, I know, but not for these scouts.
Well, regardless, even still,
you can finally retire. From Sailor Business.
No. Always, for all time. Your visual will never end.
Here's your gold watch.
No retiring. Even in your twilight years.
Much like a freelancer, you will always have to work.
Keep your mind on Sailor Business.
Okay, I have hit record and I am recording. I don't think we're going to have a lot of bonus stuff for this, and I'm ready to get to it.
Yeah, okay. Then we can just get to it. I don't think I have anything else really important to say. So
yeah, I don't have any Sailor Moon developments other than I have finally finished watching Sailor Moon roughly.
Yeah.
What, 23 years after I started? So
and you watched so many more Power Rangers so much faster.
Well, I didn't have to do a podcast about those.
That's true. That's fair.
That's Jake's job.
You did not have to comment on any of the episodes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll start us off, right?
Let me get us some water real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, right. In regards to that was really quick then.
Yeah, I literally needed just some water.
I thought you meant like you had to go get water.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, here we go.